Hello, and welcome to another tutorial in which we are going to hook up the MPU-6050 accelerometer and gyroscope. For this tutorial, all we need is the MPU-6050 chip, which of course we have soldered on the pin headers to, and I'm just going to use 4 strands of wire to hook it up to the Arduino rather than use the breadboard. It's actually quite easy. It's actually the same as the BMP-280 sensor. So here is our circuit diagram, and it's just 4 connections. We have the same voltage and ground like we did for the BMP-280. And there's the SCL and SDA, serial clock and serial data line. So the MPU sensor is a 3-axis accelerometer, which means it will measure the accelerations it's experiencing in the 3 axes, X, Y, and Z. Here's a diagram to show you where those axes are. So X and Y are in the lateral or the face of the board, and Z is up and down through the face, perpendicular to the face of the board. And that goes then for the rotations around each of those axes, X, Y, and Z. This board will record the rotation rates. As an added bonus, it also records the temperature, so we can use this instead of the temperature sensor on the BMP-280 or in combination of if we want, but yeah, that's just an added bonus. So to hook it up, here's our circuit diagram. Very simple, and so I will use, here I've got purple and black instead of a red and black, so I'll use the purple as the voltage line, and the black, of course, as the ground. Those go on the first 2 pins. Come on. There we go. And then these are maybe hard to see on the camera, but these are a white and a very light gray one. So I'm going to put the very light gray on the SCL and the white wire on the SDA, serial data. So now I've got that. I just hooked them up to the Arduino. I said the gray wire is the SCL. Here I have gray wire, and that is to the SCL, which is the furthest out pin. The white one is to the SDA. And then on the other side, I have this, rather, unlike the BMP, this one gets hooked up to 5 volts. So I will hook that up to 5 volts, and the black one to ground, of course. Okay, now I can plug this in. I'm going to try to put it in the same orientation that it was in the diagram I showed you. That's a bit hard to do without twisting the wires a little. Let's see if I can get it. Oh well, we'll work with that. So we come over to the Arduino. It's nice that it has a built-in library and some examples. So if I go up to File, Examples, down at the bottom you see Adafruit MPU-6050. I go into that and I'm just going to get basic readings. And here we have it. And I'm plugged in. Yep. So all I need to do is upload this. And open the serial monitor. I don't know if you've ever had that issue, but I don't know why it does this, where it says it's not connected, Up above, it does say it's connected, but I will just unplug it and plug it in again. And that seems to do it. Oops, it's at the wrong baud rate. I think I've initialized the serial to 115200. And it seems to be a bug in the current version of Arduino IDE. I never had that problem before with it not switching. Here we go. So here we see the acceleration values. We have X and Y are pretty close to 0, which they should be if it's perfectly flat. It's not accelerating in either lateral, the horizontal areas. And Z is 10.9. That's about 1 meter per second squared, higher than it should be. Gravity is about 9.81 is the standard value that we use. So I'm going to go into my program, 9.10.8, 10.9. I'm going to go into my program and change where it prints out acceleration Z minus 1.1 and redo that. There, 9.78, 9.82. So yeah, if we get, I think if we were to get the board perfectly level, it would be reading exactly 9.81. Oh, there we go, 9.81. So there we have it. There's been no rotations. If I start rotating it around Z, you see that it's showing positive and negative values for the rotation around Z. And same if I do it around, I guess that's the x-axis, and then y-axis, it'll show us the rotation rate in radians per second. And that's pretty much it. Oh, you also see the temperature there too, which is a bonus. That's really it. And very simple to hook up. Now, you might be thinking, though, of course, this is where we hooked up the BMP sensor. How are we going to do both of them at the same time? Well, in fact, with these devices, if you remember at the beginning of the BMP tutorial, we had to go in and change the address of the BMP sensor because the built-in address in the library was incorrect. So we had to change it. Same for this, we have a particular address for this board. So what the Arduino program is doing is it's sending communication out, a message out on the SCL SDA lines, I guess just on the SDA serial data line, to the particular address of this device, the accelerometer. And we can, it's unique to this device. So we can also send out a message to read the address of the BMP sensor instead if we want to. And that way we can use both of them on the same lines at the same time. And I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, in order to hook up both the BMP and the accelerometer sensors, here I have our BMP sensor hooked up the way we did it in the previous tutorial. And the great thing you'll see is that the pin designations on the BMP are identical to, or at least the first 4 are identical to those on the accelerometer. So we have VCC, voltage, ground, serial clock, and serial data, just the same way that they are on the BMP center. So all I need to do is plug in the accelerometer, make sure that the pins, move it over one, make sure the pins are in the same rows, matching, so that the 2 voltage are together, the 2 grounds are together. And I actually have the them both hooked up to the 3.3 volt. Turns out that the accelerometer works also with 3.3 volts. And I will plug it in now. But there's a bit of software modification we need to do. Here I have on the left, this is the file examples MPU-6050 basic readings program that we just used. And on the right, I have the file examples BMP library, BMP-280 test that we use in the BMP tutorial. And I have them side by side, and I want to make just one program out of them. I'm going to just scroll the right one down a bit. So first thing we want to do is make sure that both programs are using all of the header files, .h files. So you see here Adafruit, AdaSensor, MPU-6050, Adafruit sensor, and wire.h. We have wire.h, then SPI.h, and Adafruit BMP-280. So I'm going to copy those two, and I'm going to paste them over here. Now, this next line, Adafruit MPU-6050 MPU, is the variable that we're creating, the global variable for the accelerometer. We have one that's very similar over here, which is for the BMP-280, so I'm going to copy that, just Control-C and Control-V over on this side. So we have the global variables declared now in my combined program, and then we have the setup. First part is opening the serial channel. I don't need to copy that over. I'm using the faster speed on the one on the left. And so here it goes through the Adafruit MPU-6050 test initialization code. It then sets some parameters on board. There are different ranges that you can measure with this for accelerations and for the rotation rates. This is set to 8G, which 8 times gravity, plus or minus 8 times gravity, which I think should be okay. Certainly for the beginner CANSATs it will. For the advanced CANSATs, even 16G, I mean, the rocket launches can get up to 20 Gs of acceleration when they lift off, so that might actually saturate the sensor. However, no mind on that. We'll just keep it at 8 plus or minus 8 Gs, and it's also setting it to the rotation rate has got a number of different levels, plus or minus 250 degrees per second. That's almost one full rotation per second, about, I guess, 3/4 of a circle rotation. It looks like this is set to 500 degrees per second, so 1.5 rotations at a time, which is pretty good spinning rate. We could set that higher if we want, if we find out that our data is or our accelerometer or CANSAT is rotating too quickly, but we can leave that for now. And the filter bandwidth, I'm not exactly sure what that is. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And so after all that initialization is done for the accelerometer, I want to now copy all of the initialization for the BMP-280. I'm going to paste it in here, and we'll just leave that at the very end after it's initialized everything. There's a small delay. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger, 2 seconds delay, so that we don't start getting too much data scrolling on our serial monitor. So we'll be able to at least notice that it's told us that it has initialized everything properly. And then in the loop, we have the accelerometers, the rotation rates, the temperature that it reads from the MPU-6050 sensor. I'm going to now copy the just those lines. So now this is the read from the MP280. And at the end of it, there's another delay. I'm going to set that to 1 second again, so that we don't get too much data printing out on our serial monitor and we can actually see what's happening. So with the Arduino plugged in and both boards on there, I hopefully can just compile and upload this. Seems to have compiled nicely. Okay, I will open the serial monitor. It's set for the right communications rate. Now this, these two down arrows, even that's still a bit fast. These two down arrows stop the serial screen from automatically scrolling down as it goes. So I'm going to go back up to the top. If you remember, that first little bit is potentially left over from something previously running. So here we have MPU-6050 test. It's been found. The accelerometer rate it's set to, and etc. That it's done its initialization. And then BMP280 test. It seems to have worked because we now get to the looping part where it prints out the accelerations, rotations, and temperature from the MPU, and then the temperature, pressure, and the approximate altitude on or from the BMP280 sensor. So that is how we put both the accelerometer and the BMP280 together to work on the same two data lines together. And that I think that concludes this tutorial. One thing I would recommend, and I think I'll put another tutorial or two on this, is how to format the program a little bit better. If you see setup, it's scroll down. It's pretty long. We can make this look a little bit nicer, and by doing so, it's organized it a bit better so that it's easier to follow and to edit and to follow the program execution if you have errors and things like that. But for example, I think as I mentioned, I like having big headers, a line of or two of asterisks, and I'll just put a line there which gives the name that we're using the loop, just so that when you're scrolling through you can see, oh, there's the start of one of my main parts. And if I copy those and take them up to the top here and change that, it's just a good way of organizing, and as I say, use lots of comments to put it in so that you can help figure out where you are in your program. And I could probably put some up here and whoops, put in some comments about the date and who wrote the program and what it does, that sort of thing. It all just helps when you come to edit it later on. Okay, and that is this tutorial for the accelerometer.